निर्विशेषा पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत शिवासादि गौर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम. So thank you very much for coming on time, and we are starting on time as well. Yesterday was the first session. In that session, we were discussing about the need of preaching, why we need to do the preaching, what is called the preaching. Right? Do anybody remember what is the meaning of preaching? That's a why of preaching. But what is preaching? Giving Krishna. Thank you. Giving Krishna to others, that is called preaching. And Sri Prabhupada once affirmed this statement. There are four statements. You can write down these four statements, very important here. That Prabhupada says, books are the basis. First, he said, books are the basis. Second, preaching is the essence. Books are the basis, preaching is the essence. Purity is the force, and utility is the principle. I'm ready to call it. Books are the basis, preaching is the essence, purity is the force, and utility is the principle. So it's very important. We need to understand that before preaching is the essence, the books are the basis. On what basis you do preach? Second, preaching is the essence. Preaching is the essence. It's the essence of the Hare Krishna movement, right? It's gone. Preaching is the essence. Purity is the force. But for preaching, you need to have purity. Purity is the force. Then the force will come, right? The force will come by the purity. And last, utility is the principle. The Prabhupada taught us that how we can utilize everything, anything in the service of Krishna, right? So, yeah. Yesterday we were discussing about why preaching is the essence. And I brought to you four or five essential points in that. Anybody remember that? Sorry? Pleasing to Krishna. It's a very first point that, yeah, that's called Goshanandi. Greatest welfare activities. Non-violence. Yes. Thank you very much. So now, for first and foremost thing to do the preaching, to give Krishna to others, what is required? That's we're going to discuss in the first part, and then from there I will take you to the second. Okay, in today's session. And for that you need to open 1.6.23. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Satsevayadhiratyapi Jata Mai Dridhamatihi Itvavatyamimam lokam Jantamasi. The translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. By service of the Absolute Truth, even for a few days, a devotee attains a firm and fixed intelligence in me. Consequently, he goes on to become my associate in the transcendental world after giving up the present deplorable material world. So, this is the verse which is spoken by the Lord Himself. To whom? To Sri Narad Muni. So, to Narad Muni, uh, Lord spoke this verse. This is the canto, the first canto, sixth chapter. Mhm. When Narad Muni was so much, you can say that, anxious to see Krishna, because Krishna gave him the darshan. Mhm. See, Bhagavatam is such a wonderful study, and so much relishment is there of Bhagavatam. If you read verse by verse, text by text, you relish so much in Bhagavatam, right? And so much nectar is there in Bhagavatam. So in the first, I'm taking this one instance where the Lord spoke to Sri Narad Muni. Narad Muni was so much anxious to see Krishna. He was like a mad person. Wanted to see Krishna. Where is Krishna? Because Krishna gave him the darshan. After that, immediately gone. Right? So giving him the taste and then gone from that place. Then Krishna spoke these verses. Out of that is very essential verse. Sat sevaya dirghayati. Even for some time you do some service to absolute truth. Right? Absolute truth means uh, the Advai Gyan. There's no difference. Right? Just like uh, in this right hand and left hand, there's a difference. Right? There's a nose, ear, there's a difference. But in Krishna, there is no difference. In absolute truth, there is no difference. That's why we say that uh, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Ras Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nityamukta Abhinatva Nama Nami. There's no difference between name and the form, or form and the qualities, and the rupa. So all this, there is no difference in Krishna. Absolute truth, there is no difference. That's why we offer to Krishna something, and he eats by his ears, or by hearing the mantras only. He eats it. So by service of the absolute truth, even for some days, one gets the firm intelligence. Yeah. Our devotee attains firm and fixed intelligence in him. Sometimes we see that the devotees sometimes practice bhakti, and if some obstacle came in the bhakti path, so we just lose the path, or we go different paths. We just follow the mind, actually. Right? We follow the mind. But when you do some service, then the intelligence would come to you. By that intelligence, you do some service, more and more services. In this way, the Lord says that then you will become my associate. So my dear devotees, to understand this point, that there's a difference between the transcendental intelligence and the material intelligence. So the material intelligence works on the material platform, on the modes. Whatever sanskaras, whatever swabhava, whatever desires you have in the previous birth, accordingly you got intelligence, according to you got birth, according to you got place, according to you got circumstances. Am I right? Accordingly we work. But when we come in the bhakti path, we get to know there's a superior intelligence, right? And Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita, and Tesham Satata Yuktanam. It's chapter 10, verse 10. Tesham Satata Yuktana, one who is constantly engaged in my devotional service. Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. And it does worship me with Priti, or you can say favorably. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. I will give them the intelligence. I give them the intelligence by which they can come back to me, by which they can come back to me. So this material intelligence won't work in the spiritual realm. Surely. Take this point as a note that this material intelligence has nothing to work in the devotional service. Right? By material intelligence, you cannot understand. You cannot understand the mercy. You cannot understand the Krishna, who is all powerful, all beautiful, all famous, right? Krishna is everything. But you cannot understand with the material intelligence. Only Krishna has to give you the intelligence by which you can understand him. Only Krishna has to give you the intelligence. See the case of Brahma. Hmm? The third canto, if you get the third canto, in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, how the creation happens in one day of Brahma. Just like we sleep in the night, in the morning we remember everything that who am I and all this, right? But Brahmaji's every day is like that, that he sleep and in the morning he forgot everything. You see? But it's not like Brahma's day is not like us. It's like crores of years. It's one day of 1,000 kalpas. It's a very big year, a very big time is there. So Brahma forgot everything. And then he tries to understand who am I, why I have been created, what I am doing there. It's like you go to some place and you do some job or someday, and then again in the morning you have to do some same activity, the same activity. But Brahma forgot everything, forgot everything. And he was just trying to find out from where I got, why I am here, what I have to do. And you won't, I mean, believe that Brahma, for 1,000 years, he just flowing up and down and trying to find out that why I'm here, what is my purpose, how should I do my service. Then he has to meditate. And then by tapasya, by uh, by doing some devotional service. Tapasya is also devotional service. Just like you came in the morning with some tapasya. Uh, then Krishna gave him the intelligence. Okay, now you see me. Now you see my form. Now you see the whole cosmic manifestation. Then I give them the intelligence. How to create now? How to create all the living entities? You see, the first living entity in this whole cosmic manifestation, he got bewildered. He doesn't have intelligence to do without the mercy of the Lord. So that is why the first point I need to mention on this, that in order to perform the devotional service, in order to rise to the platform of pure bhakti, in order to please Krishna, we need to have the transcendental intelligence. And for that, we need to follow some tapasya. We need to follow some tapasya. By tapasya, our this material intelligence mind got purified. Right? This is the science. This is the science. When we do tapasya, then Krishna sees that want to incline, want to come back to me. They give them the intelligence. Okay, now manage your business like that. Manage your home like that. Wake up early in the morning. Do something like that. Then I give you the intelligence. Right? Because Krishna sees that how much you want him. Right? So that is how the devotees' dedication they increase. Their practicing of devotional service it increases. I'm not talking about those devotees Those people, those who work on the platform of mind only. Now, on the platform of mind, everybody works according to the grace of harmony. But if you want to see the grace of the Lord, then you follow some tapasya. When you follow some tapasya. What is called tapasya? Tapasya is very simple. Rising early in the morning, chanting the rounds every day. Then you will see the mercy of God. Then you see the transcendental intelligence, how it works. And then you see that there's constantly increasing of taste of bhakti. Then you relish the bhakti more than anything, right? Yes. Yes. Then Srila Prabhupada emphasizes in the purport. Let's read the purport. Let's hear it attentively. Now, more. Serving the absolute truth means rendering service unto the absolute personality of Godhead under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, who is a transparent medium between the Lord and the neophyte devotee. The neophyte devotee has no ability to approach the absolute personality of Godhead by the strength of his present imperfect material senses, and therefore, under the direction of the spiritual master, is trained in transcendental service of the Lord. And by such training, even for some days, the neophyte devotee gets intelligence in such transcendental service. So now try to understand. Prabhupada emphasizes this point here. That a neophyte devotee, what do you call it as a neophyte devotee? It's a new devotee. Huh? It's a new devotee. It's called neophyte devotee. So a neophyte devotee has no ability to approach the absolute personality of God. He cannot approach the Supreme Person. He doesn't have any relation with Supreme Person, Krishna. How can he approach? We have material senses. Krishna is so totally spiritual. How can we approach with material senses the spiritual, absolute spiritual personality? Right? Then Krishna knows that you cannot approach him by this material senses. And he sends his devotee. Okay, go. And therefore, under the direction of the spiritual master, he is trained in the transcendental service of the Lord. So, dear devotees, the essential point is here is training or taking guidance of the superiors. Right? Submission is the key. And the first and foremost thing that is required for preaching Krishna consciousness or giving Krishna to others. And please write on that quality that we need to invoke or we need to imbibe. That is called humility. Right? Without humility, you cannot preach this message of Krishna consciousness. That is the foremost thing. That is the foremost thing. What is called humility? Humility means understanding your insignificant position in relation to Krishna. Krishna is so powerful, so big, so everything, and I am so tiny. That is the understanding of the humility. In that humility, a devotee goes and preach out. Because preaching means you have to deal with people. You have to go out. You have to speak. You have to. But our false ego gives so much option. There's so much hindrances are there. And it won't take us outside. Dealing with people, talking to them, and giving them Krishna. So, because we have so much upadhis, we have so much um, designations that we have built on us. I'm a male, I'm a female, I am I'm African, I'm Indian, I'm Gujarati, I'm this, I'm that. Right? You have this hindrance or not in your mind, right? When we go out, we just okay. Maybe I'm not that person, right? Why do we not go out with a tilak mark? Why can't we? Why can't we dress like that? Or a Prabhu dress like that? Why can't we dress like a Vaishnava? Why can't we dress like a uh, what Krishna wants actually from us? Why? Because of this false ego. Because of this false ego. So the first and foremost thing that is required is the humility. When we understand that in order to understand or serve the absolute personality of God, I cannot serve with material senses. So I need to surrender to someone. The person will engage me. And that is the devotion. That is the beginning of performing devotional service. When you surrender yourself means surrender your ego, surrender your false ego. From so long we are here in this material world because of this false ego only. Whether in Kenya, whether in Australia, whether in Canada, whether anywhere. In this material world, we are just rotating because of the false ego. And surrender means understanding that there's somebody who is superior to me, who knows Krishna. And under the direction of that person, I just try to serve. I just try to go out. I just try to give Krishna to others. That is called humility. So humility means because sometimes we become very proud, or we may become very too low. I'm not something. I'm not having any qualification, or I'm not right. There's two sides of false ego. One is high, and one is very low. Sometimes we become very low, and I don't have any capability. I can't go out. I can't do anything. Right. This is also one of the false ego. Why is it called false ego? Because you're thinking about yourself on the bodily platform. You're thinking about you on the bodily platform. Try to understand the science of false ego, how it is taking us so much. We're thinking, and thinking. Oh, and sometimes we are like, uh, because I'm dead, I'm red, I'm dead, I'm African, I'm that, and that. So that is also one false ego. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Amar agya guru hoye tara hi desh." Jare dekho tare kaha Krishna upadesh. If you understand that point now, every day will be a preaching. Whenever you're going out, a devotee's only business is giving Krishna to others, taking Krishna and giving Krishna to others. That is the only business of a devotee. Hmm. Whenever he goes out, Yare dekho, tare kaho, Krishna upadesh. Wherever you go, whoever you meet, give Krishna to them. That's not my instruction. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. Yare dekho, tare kaho, Krishna upadesh. Give Krishna to others. And on whose order? Amar Agya. This is my order to you. And if you follow that order, then you'll become successful. So the most important point in preaching, or the quality that we need to imbibe, that we need to be humble and follow the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, and the present acharyas. Right? Then we can advance, then we can go out, and we can freely move. Otherwise, we are working on the bodily platform. And bodily platform means we are working on the false ego. We are just uh, roaming around with the false ego. But if we follow the path of pure bhakti, that is Amar Agya Guru Vijatara Desh. My order that you go out and preach this message. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so this is the primary qualification that we need to have. Any questions on this or any comment? Then I'll build on this one. Yeah. Shall we go ahead? Okay. Now, I'm giving you 1 minute. Think about it. When you are listening to me and understanding the concept of preaching, yesterday also, today also, I spoke something about preaching. What are the different expectations do you have to attend this seminar? Just write down, or maybe you can tell in 1 minute. I'm just giving you 1 minute to think. What are your expectations from this seminar? Think about it. Tell everybody about Krishna. What is your expectation from me, from this seminar? Think about it. Given us this lightning that we can spread everywhere. So, what is your expectation? What is your expectation now? Try. Think about it. Think about it. Because everybody's expectation would be different. There are some old devotees, those who are chanting, they are initiated also. Their expectations are different. Can you write down the points too? We have the markers here. Yes, sir. How to preach? That means the ways to preach, you can say. The different techniques, ways of preaching. Yeah. Yes. What else? How to preach, how to start, and how to talk. Yeah, good. Or maybe you can say the how to build the confidence level, right? For doing the preaching. Second, yes. Meditation. That's called confidence level. Yeah. Hesitation level. What else? How to improve my strength. How to improve my strength, or you can say the leadership quality or the preachers, the qualities, or the qualification of a preacher, you can say. The qualification of a preacher. How to increase my strength. Very nice point. Yeah. Very nice. Or you can say how to increase my purity. Right? In order to preach, we need to be pure, and how to increase that purity. Yeah. Anything else? And whose guidance on a regular basis we get? On whose guidance? Guidance also. Yeah. The guidance. We might say something, but we might be wrong. Yeah. Yeah. So guidance is already there. Pass through and books are here. Ready to. Books are there, but what we understand from books might be different from what we are supposed to get. Good, good point. I understood. Yes. Anything else? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anything, Prabhu? Part two? Any of your expectations? How to be the Krishna consciousness level, Krishna's worship level, Krishna's consciousness level. Good. So now let's build on this. So the important point today, the practical point you can say in today's discussion is now I'm going to tell you the ways of preaching, the different ways we can preach to others. Before that, let's brainstorm. You think about n number of ways we can preach. I give you some of the examples here. Just like Harinam Sankirtan, just like Rath Yatra. So these are ways, right? the ways we can reach to others. Think about it. Think about it. And you can write on it. You can write on it. Think about n number of ways we can preach this question of consciousness. We online they have to also say the 3 devotees are attending. Yes, please tell me. What are the different ways we can reach? Yeah. Book distribution. Very important. Book distribution. What charity? Prashadam distribution. Good. What else? There's so many ways we preach. House programs. House programs. Yes, good. House programs. Inviting guests. Where? Inviting guests. Where? That means one-to-one preaching. It's called one-to-one preaching. You go out, meet people, and that's called one-to-one preaching. What else? Can we say social media? Is active on social media? No, see, that's indicating them. That's I will say. What was that? Want to say something? Being virtual. Yeah. Social media. It's always on social media. Yeah. There are two kinds of social media. One is called mass, and second is called class. You can which title? Mass and class. Mass. I will explain everything. Mass and class. Anything else? College, university programs we do, right? College programs. Maybe I think all of you are writing it down in diaries. And something like Damodar program. You know Damodar program? In the Kartik Mass, we do Damodar program. Lighting the lamp program. What festival also we do? Yes, this I did. You do. Here, elderly. Ah. Do you have pond here? Where is the pond? We created everything. The pictures. Where? Here? Yes. Also the pond is retreat also very nice. Guests will come and retreats. Okay. Camps, retreats. What would like to already cover? Shadow distribution. Good for life. What else? Seven discipline do not understand. What is doing locally, that's good. Kids program you do? Yeah, the kids program. Seven the program is 5 days. Okay. That's the culture. 4 days, 7 days. Yes. Cultural festival? Yes. Dramas or you can say cultural fiesta. Right? Cultural fiesta. Uh, what is that? Explain a little bit more. It's a university program. Yeah, yeah, I understand that point, but how do you approach it like that? It's like a seminars, you hold seminars for yoga or something like that, and then people come and then you talk them. Yeah, it's called seminars only. I mean, you approach to seminars through flyers, to doing some advertisement and all. Like people inviting people for yoga. Like, oh, so yoga is so famous. Yoga is so famous. Yeah. Good. And something like quiz contest we do. Not yet. Not yet. But you can write down this point. You write down that point. Quiz contest for children. Quiz contest for children. We did it in one of the picnics activities. Yeah, I mean on the state level, on the for the children, the schools, yeah, that is a good point. For quiz contest. Mm. On the Bhagavad Gita, on the yoga, and something like that's called quiz contest. Mm. And something like a Gita study course. Mm. Gita study course or Bhakti Diksha programs. I will tell you what is that. Should be more explain Gita study course or Bhakti Diksha. Mm. And something like Gosha, farm community. Goshala, we serve the cows, people come through that, then we feed them Krishna consciousness. Farm community, so a lot of farms away. And we have some land and we do some farming project, and people also join, and from that we take them to Krishna consciousness. These are some of the means through which we connect to the person. We connect the person. In this way, there are n number of ways we can connect person with. Uh, Are you getting the point? Yeah. There can be a number of ways. We can connect people. We can connect people. We can go out, we can reach out to people. Harinam Sankirtan, Rath Yatra is there. Ah, Harinam Sankirtan, Rath Yatras. Yeah. And some festivals. Festivals also is the point here. Celebrating festivals, right? Janmashtami or Purnima, right? Many festivals around the year of the year. So we celebrate that festivals as well, right? The Prabhupada made so miraculous things and Prabhupada made us to understand that how preaching is so can be done in many, many ways. Just like um, why we do this activity? Because when you see that if you're doing some business, so your main focus is that to how to promote, how to advertise, how to go, how to increase that business, isn't it? So devotees only business is to give Krishna to others. So for giving Krishna to others, there can be a number of ways. There can be a number of ways to do it. And something like a seminar, just like this, you're attending one seminar. I think right on that seminar. Okay, 50. Something like Bhagavad Saptah, something like that. 7 days of Bhagavad Saptah is there. The devotees come from different parts and Sir, honor the first one. It's called Saptam in 7 days. In Bhagavad means the Srimad Bhagavatam. So some devotees come and they give Bhagavad Saptam to other parts, and like people they come in there. Oh, it's very famous all over. It's very famous, Bhagavad Saptam. So they can be a number of ways. We preach. But there are two kinds of preaching. Now these are the types of ways. Now I'm telling you the two kinds of preaching. Write down the two kinds of preaching. The two kinds of preaching. One is called the one-time program, and second is called the cultivation program. It's called OTP. In India, there's so much. I mean, talk about OTPs like, and also Kenya. People do so much fraud out of this OTP. To send messages. In India, there are more like yes. And second is called cultivation. These are two kinds of preaching. And you can divide all this preaching into these two parts. I'm telling you the concept first of all. Try to understand the concept of this. The OTP means the one-time program. What is called one-time program? Thank you for reading this. What is called one-time program? One-time program means to connect the persons to Krishna consciousness. First point is connecting. Connect persons, connect people to Krishna consciousness. Second, I'm talking about this OTP only, one-time program. Generate the goodwill of ISKCON. Because when you do this, all these programs, you create some kind of goodwill to folks. Oh, these are Hare Krishna people. These are good people. These are sattvic people. These are they are doing nice work here in Ezra. So that is called goodwill. You are generating the goodwill. So first point is connecting. Connect with Krishna. Connecting people. Connecting. To which we can connect people. And third point is giving Krishna for the first time. For the first time, you're giving Krishna to others. And yeah, this is about one-time program. Second is called cultivation program. The two kinds of preaching. One is one time, and second is cultivation. Cultivation means that to give bhakti to people. It's about connecting, but the second is called cultivating them in Krishna consciousness. Making the person into a devotee, that is called cultivation. One-time program is very easy. We can go out, we can do Harinam and Kirtan, book distribution, and everything we do. Or turning or making a person a devotee. How is it? Is it a easy program? Convincing is a, but that convincing comes from cultivation. Because the faith cannot be generated overnight. Faith is generated by regular cultivation. And that is what it means. Cultivation means to turn a person into a devotee of Krishna. That is called cultivation. And that requires, write down, that requires a regular follow-up. regular churning, regular interaction, regular. That requires regularity. It requires regularity. Cultivation requires regularity. Hmm. Why? Because the material energy is already cultivating us. 24 hours, 365 days, she's on the marathon. She's doing the very nice, she's a very nice cultivator, you know. She is a top class cultivator in the material world, you know. From day one, she's cultivating us like that. Whenever we take one step more towards Krishna, what does the material energy says? No, no, no. Why is this need? Why do you need to go? Why there's so much to do here? So much things are there to do. Why are you going to Hare Krishna temple? Why are you going to ISKCON temple? Why are you going to the material energy? She binds us in this material world. She's cultivating day and night. She has given us hard time. She's cultivating, you know, giving so much options to enjoy. Right? She's cultivating. Hmm. So this is called a tug of war between a devotee and the material energy. Preaching means that. Preaching means that one. It's a tug of war between the material energy and the spiritual energy. The devotees try to pull the person out of this material energy, and the material energy that tries to pull the person towards. So tug of war. That's why Prabhupada said it's a movement, it's a revolution, it's a you see so many you can say that why they're doing a war or something. Ah yes, we are against the war. The war against the material. To destroy their conditioning, to destroy their materialistic way of life. Thinking, you can say. To destroy their materialistic way of thinking. So that is why that is called cultivation. How Maya cultivates? Everybody knows that. From the day one we born, we are cultivated that way, right? We're born and brought up in maybe in India, Canada, in Kenya, somewhere like that. So we do all the activities, going to schools, going to colleges. See how she buys, giving you money. The only factor is money. It's cultivating very nicely. From money you will get happiness. Everybody has this phenomena in their mind that money will bring happiness. Whether you're in Kenya or somewhere else, right? Who is you? By dressing nicely, uh, uh, by eating nicely, you get happiness. Who is cultivating that? Who is giving that knowledge? Oh my God, she's a very nice country. I was giving 100 marks. A very nice country. That's why devotee's task is very thankless. This is a thankless task, selfless task. And constant battle is there. Constant battle is there between the material energy and the spiritual energy. Devotees try to pull. Devotees try to pull. Prabhupada said in one lecture that the Maya will test you, or you will fight with Maya. Prabhupada's word. You have to fight with Maya. So that fighting spirit comes when we cultivate the person, right? When we cultivate it, when we understand that, oh, I have to take them back to Krishna. They are already engaged in so many nefarious activities. Hmm? You are so much mad about it, isn't it? Nunam pramattah kurute vikarma yad priti indriya vahnoti. They understand that the pleasure only comes from the from enjoying the senses. They're mad about it. They're entangling themselves in more and more karma, uh, doing so many nefarious activities. Why? Yet preach their life, right? To take more and more pleasure of senses. But by taking pleasure of senses only, they got more and more frustration. Currently, you see the world out of loneliness, out of their, the more they try to enjoy, the more they suffer. That's the current scenario. You see all over the world, people are trying to marry the Eiffel Tower just to, right? They want to keep the pets in their home. Want to, right? They want to serve. They want to love someone. Why? Because this emptiness is there. They're dealing with the material energy and they're totally frustrated. I was seeing that actually. Because we travel and we just see the people's faces and how they, although they dress themselves very nicely or something, but their face, they can tell that how much they're frustrated, right? How much they are in the. Uh, so I was just seeing that, right? Whether in Kenya or anywhere, yeah, you go there and in the immigration office, when we were going, there was one foreigner devotee was there. I think he was from Canada. So me and Robert was there. So we were telling that you please go and go and check. And he was just like thinking and thinking, right? So as soon as we told him that you please go, you go ahead, please, we are just conveying this message. What? No problem. I'll go. But that shows that people how much they're frustrated, right? Just small dint of you say something to them, the anger outburst like hell. Why is it so? Because there's emptiness, there's hollowness. There's, although you're trying to enjoy, but there's no enjoyment is there. And she's very expert. The material energy is so expert. You know, in Srimad Bhagavatam, if you read that verse now, you will understand what is the nature of this material. Yes, sir. I will give you the reference. You read that verse. 2.9.34. It's a Chatushloki Bhagavatam. 33 to 36. 2.9.34. 2.9.34. 33 to 36 is Chatushloki Bhagavatam. That in four shlokas, Bhagavatam is completely defined by Lord to Brahmaji. In that, there's a second verse is there that defines the material nature. Hriday Artham Pratiyeta, Na Pratiyeta Cha. Then it shows that everything is real in this material world. Wow, what a creation I have made. Everything is so fascinating, right? That's called illusion. That's called illusion. To create something which is not there. Right? He's so expert in making all these arrangements. So fascinating. So he's doing so many things. Like, but devotees task is that let's try to pull cultivation. To cultivation. He also cultivating, our devotees also cultivating. Right? What Prabhu is doing here, you know, it's cultivating devotees. Right? It's cultivating all of you here. Day by day, year by year, just try to cultivate the devotees. That's why it's called a thankless task. To bring out the devotee or person from a realistic habits or scenario or something is really difficult. That's what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says. You know that phrase? Bhaktisiddhanta. No, no. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says that it takes gallons of blood to create a single devotion. Right. Whether in Africa, whether in Canada, whether in Australia, somewhere. So the devotee tries to cultivate. Continue. I know it's 7 o'clock. I take 2 more minutes. Then I will explain more on this one. Right? So cultivation is not difficult. You first try to understand the cultivation is not. It's in our phenomena, cultivation is difficult. We see that the devotees are we're not able to make the devotees, train devotees. But I would say that cultivation is not difficult. It's not at all difficult. How? That I will tell you in the evening. Very good. We'll understand this concept more in detail. So when the time structure is there in mind, then the hearing switch is off. No, the hearing is on also. No, no. I mean, the attention goes with the time as well. No? Oh, yes, yes, because it's a week. So thank you very much for joining in the morning. Please come in the evening at 6:55. We'll wait for you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhaktavind ki jai. Sai Guru Devi.